We're here with Rob Wurzer, who is a local Camas artist, and you've got a great display beginning today at Camas Gallery. What's it all about?
I had worked in the woods for 30 years and I don't hunt, so I picked up all these antlers up off the ground. And my wife would ask, "What are you doing with them?" And I told her I didn't know. And then in 1996, I was looking at a museum book and I seen a bone carving in there. And I thought, I can do that. And so I started carving. I didn't show anybody my first 800 pieces. And then I was coaxed to be brave enough to show people my carvings. And since then, I've carved over 3,000 carvings. And they're in
3,000 carvings?
Yeah, they're in most every continent in the world now. And they're in a lot of collections on the East Coast of the United States. And they've traveled all over the world, and I didn't have to. But yeah, they're about, I pick up the antler, and if I don't see a picture in my mind of what it wants to be, I don't carve it. I picked up one piece of antler for 13 years in a row and never seen nothing, so I didn't carve it. And the last time I picked it up, it was upside down to me, but I seen a man's face with 300 wrinkles in it. And I carved it, I took it to a gallery in Portland, and it sold the very next day that I brought it. And so each piece is exactly what it always wanted to be.
They're all very unique.
Yeah, and that when OPB, Casey Cowan on OPB did a special on these in the year 2000, and she says she's never seen nothing like them. She called them sort of African, sort of Dr. Seuss-ish, but she says she's never seen artwork like them. And
It's very lively.
yeah, it was a real compliment because I didn't want to copy somebody's artwork.
Right.
And this turned out just perfect. And I feel so good about letting them be whatever they've wanted to be.
And what do you finish them in?
Before I just used to use shoe polish and to seal. If you don't seal up the antler, it'll dry out and crack. And so I used to just use shoe polish, clear. And then I worked with leather, and I noticed how leather dye stays to your fingers forever. And so then I started using leather dyes to dye them different colors, and then put a coating of shoe polish on them. And that way I can mix and match and make them any color they want to be.
And you have a long history with Marquita, the gallery owner, right?
Yeah.
Because you lived in Camas your whole life?
Yeah, I have 13 brothers and sisters here.
Wow.
150 nieces and nephews. And yeah, when Marquita graduated or was at her prom, I was a little elf on a toadstool with the guest book in my hand at her high school prom.
That's fantastic.
And we've been friends our whole life.
And then, so how long have you been doing the artwork, the carvings?
25 years.
Fantastic.
And yeah, it's so amazing. Each one is my best carving.
Right.
You know, I make some out of fossilized walrus teeth that are only maybe a half-inch tall, and some, like this one, I add metal pins together so I can make a bigger piece.
Sure.
And yeah, it's worked out really good. It's still, every time I carve, I still feel like I'm 10 years old. It's like making toys or something. It's really been rewarding. And then
You love what you do.
oh yeah, and then the best thing about it is I get to meet artists from around the world, and I've given lectures and I've taught school, and so it's just opened up a bunch of opportunity for me.